Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to another episode of I don't have any cigarettes, and so I hate the world, and so I'm going to take it out on a bunch of child traffickers. I have a quick question for Zay before I head on out to work. You know, real work. Anyway, so Zay, my tarot cards have told me recently that your marriage is one of convenience, and that you're kind of just going through the motions when it comes to your family. That's what they've been suggesting. It makes me think of from a few different sources. I've heard that you Illuminatis. There you go. That you guys suffer from arranged marriages. Is that what's going on there? Was there no love in the beginning of the marriage, the coupling? Were you guys put together because you were a couple of brains? And it was like, these two could probably do mad, crazy experiments on children. So let's get them together and experimenting. Just wondering. Anyway, I really want to say it so bad. To be honest, I bummed a couple this morning, but I didn't buy them. That's the rule. I'm not supposed to buy any cigarettes or tobacco. I can bum them though. I did take my car in to get fixed, alright? It sucks. Everything sucks right now. They didn't even fix it. They just told me what was wrong with it. And then they were like, $1,200. I was like, I guess I'm riding it till it dies. Which will probably be sooner rather than later. Because $1,200 is not gonna happen, dude. For some fucking spark plugs. Of course that shit started to present itself on the day when I start putting out videos again, kind of saying like, you know, just making fun of Zay. Of course, then bad luck starts coming my way again. Interesting. Are you sending bad luck demons, or are you guys like just sending people to fuck around with me? I don't know. Or maybe it's just, you know, I bought a shitty used car, and now within a month of getting it, it's already going to shit. Maybe it's that. I don't know. It's just weird that like I'll stop trying to attribute all my bad luck to you. All right, you probably don't deserve it. You probably deserve most of it, but not all of it. But seriously, what's that like, being in an arranged marriage? I don't want to imagine it. It sounds awful. I mean, I guess you really are on a more even playing field with each other when you're just coming into it from the point of view of no nonsense. Like, no, there's no love. There's no in love nonsense happening here. We're here to do a job. I guess there's some benefits to that. I'm sure there are. Anywho, I really need to get back on my Adderall, to be perfectly honest. I don't know how to make myself focus. I'm trying as soon as I start to want to get up and get antsy and do something, but it's just, I trail off in the middle of conversations. I forget what I started off wanting to say. I go down totally random ass tangents that I didn't mean to go down, that don't do anything for the conversation or give any information. I repeat myself ridiculous amounts of times. I hate that shit. I hate it. Is there a way to fix ADHD without medication? I'm trying to remember if I've always been like this or if it's something that's developed. I think maybe I've always been like this. Just never noticed. Thought it was normal. So what's all that all about? You know, with the whole. Do they pair you guys off according to your talents, and then say, you know, go to work for the bloodlines, do something productive to bring us more power. You two, you're good with the human mind, so you're gonna figure out how to trick the masses into letting us control them more. Here are a couple of kids for you to practice on. Is that how that goes? Have you ever like sat and imagined what it would be like if you were just born to a regular ass family? You know what I mean by that? Like, this typical dad who's like, I don't know, a mechanic or a plumber or some shit with no blood ties to some ancient bloodline lineage family that has, you know, these weird belief systems and rituals and a taste for world domination. You know, just a typical dad and a typical mom, homemaker. Like, I like making pancakes and sandwiches for my little bubbies. And it wasn't really expected of you to do anything you're doing today, at least. But do you ever wonder, you know, what that would be like if you just were, you didn't have to give into an arranged marriage. You just went to school with every other kid, felt normal with all the other kids. Something tells me you kind of felt a little off, although you said that as well. Grew up, went to prom, had your whole, like, you know, just kind of looked around at the world in bewilderment and wonderment and excitement because you didn't really know what life had planned for you. But something tells me that you yourself, you probably had a few more things planned out for you already, didn't you? So what's that? That's gotta be crazy. And then you will go to this school. Were you even allowed to choose which school you went to? Or were you told what school you had to go to? Were you told what you had to major in? Like, what portion of your life is choice and what portion of it is predetermined by your masters, essentially? But do you ever wonder, you know, what your life would be like if you were just born into a regular family? You just met some random typical chick and settled down and got married and you just turned out to be, I don't know. Was there anything else you ever wanted to be besides a professional clown? It's essentially what you are. You're an entertainer. Speaking of professional clowns, I wanted to ask, what qualified you for your position at BuzzFeed? As far as I could tell, not that I have gotten my hands on your resume or anything, although I probably could. I haven't gone on my way to look for it because I just figured it was bullshit, you know? But what positions did you have before you became the vice president at BuzzFeed Motion Pictures? Was it vice president? Yeah, or president. It's vice president, I think. Because as far as I can tell, what you did leading up to that was you sent out a mass viral email. Whoop-de-doo. You got a degree from Brown University. So, I mean, you're well educated. But what experience did you have in running a major content creating entertainment business, you know? What kind of experience did you have in that would qualify you to be named the vice president of BuzzFeed Motion Pictures by Jennifer Eddy? I get that you two are probably friends. By the way, how did you guys meet? Who introduced you? Who introduced you to Jonah? And do your families like know each other? Do they go way back or anything? Are you guys related at all? Distantly? Blood related? Anything like that? Just wondering. Just some questions for you. But like, what if you were just a typical dad sitting around drinking beer, getting fat on Sundays, like going fishing, farting on the dog and laughing about it with your kids, not planning world domination behind everyone's backs, not secretly raping and trafficking children, and then pretending to be a normal person? Like, what if you were actually a normal person? Have you ever fantasized about that? Like, what your life would be like if you weren't born into the family you were born into? I try to imagine being born into your situation. It sounds horrifying, to be perfectly honest. I can't really go very far with it in my imagination because I don't want to. It's scary. It's not fun. So maybe the feeling's mutual on your end. Maybe you see us as being such piddling creatures beneath you, just meant to be slaves. So that the idea of being one of us is just so disgusting to you. How does that go too, by the way? Do they bring you up telling you guys things like, you know, we're the special ones because we know that it's okay to have sex with our kids and stuff? Do they tell that to the kids as they're raping them? You know, hey, you know, we do this because we're the special ones and we rule over the rest. Don't tell the cattle about this. The cattle don't understand. The sheep don't understand. They don't understand why it's okay for daddy to stick his dick in your throat. They won't get it, baby. But it's because you're special, honey. You're a special princess, and you're going to rule the world one day right next to Dad on Daddy's lap. There we go. Is that how that shit goes down? I know you guys start brainwashing your own kids from a very young age, but is that part of it? Do you tell them that, like, you're the special chosen ones and you all just had sex with each other and, like, so don't tell the slaves because the slaves don't understand and they're not privy to the special information of highly narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic control freaks who just want to dominate everything, and that includes even, you know, sticking their dicks in little children and their own kids. Anything really they can get their dicks into. Anyway, you know what? I don't want to be late for work. You know, the real work that we piddling slaves do. So, because we can actually lose our jobs. I'll cut this one short. I want a cigarette so fucking bad. So much. Give me a fucking cigarette. Alright, I'm going. Bye. No, thank you. No, go away.